All right, so thank you for joining me, and we're just gonna get set up. So make sure you roll those shoulders back, lift the chest, and we're just gonna take some deep breaths here. We're gonna go in through the nose and out through the mouth. And let's do 5 deep breaths here. Breathing in through the nose, exhaling out through the mouth, trying to keep that spine nice and high, nice and straight. Finding that deep breath, getting ready for the practice. And then open up your eyes, take a deep breath, bring your hands down to your side, and let's get set up for the lateral side bend. So walk your hands to the right side, exhale, come back up. Inhale, walking your hands all the way out, reaching that arm overhead, trying to get that bicep close to the ear. Exhale, coming back up. And when you do this, make sure that your butt isn't coming up off the ground. So try to make sure that that butt is staying on the mat the whole time. You want to inhale, reach, exhale, come back to center. Let's finish this one. Inhale, exhale, and we'll just do one more to even it out. Inhale, reach, exhale, back to center. And then let's switch the cross of our legs here. And take a deep breath. Inhale, roll those shoulders back, and then exhale, bring those arms out to the side, and we're gonna do circles. So we're gonna start with these small circles that eventually get bigger and bigger and bigger, and then we'll bring them back into a smaller circle, nice and slow, trying to really feel that in your shoulder blades, not in your traps. And then let's reverse the circle. So starting slow, big circles, bigger circles, and then bring it back from large to small. And then let's stretch our neck. So keeping your head nice and tall, just trying to bring that ear to the shoulder, rotating each side, trying to get a nice stretch through the neck, through the sternocleidomastoid, through the trap. And let's get set up in the cat-cow position. And in this position, I want you to make sure you're using the full breath throughout each of these movements. So when you inhale all the way up, make sure that that last little bit of air in your lungs is at the top of that movement, and that last little bit of exhale out of your lungs is at the bottom of your cat. And let's do this 5 or 6 times. Let's do one more full sequence. Inhale and exhale, and then we'll get set up back to a neutral spine, tabletop position, and let's thread that right arm under the left for a thread the needle pose. And I like to do this where I thread first, reach all the way up to 12 o'clock, and then sink the hips back. And then we'll take 2 to 3 deep breaths here before we transition into the other side. On your next exhale, we'll come all the way back up to a tabletop position. Take a deep breath, inhale, and then exhale. Thread the left arm under the right. And again, walking the right arm all the way up to 12 o'clock, and then trying to sink the hips back. And we'll spend 2 to 3 breaths in here. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out through the nose. And then on your next exhale, we'll come all the way back up to that tabletop position, and then we'll get ourselves set up for a child's pose. So get your big toes together, sink your hips all the way back. Inhale, exhale, walk all the way forward. Reach until you start to feel that stretch in your lats. And then we're going to flip the palms up. And so you can get a different stretch and a different sensation in your shoulders and your arms. And really try to notice that stretch too. And then we'll flip our palms back over for a more traditional child's pose. Take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. Breathing in through the nose, and then exhale. Come all the way back up. And let's do that one more time. So let's inhale, exhale, walk yourself all the way forward. And then this time you're going to take 3 steps to the right with your hands, not your feet, and try to feel that stretch all the way into that left lat, your rotator cuff. And then on your next exhale, you're going to walk it back to center and do the same thing to the other side. 3 steps with your hands to the left. Find that stretch under the armpit and the lat, shoulder. Breathing in through the nose, and then exhale. Come back up to center. Bring your knees back in. Roll those shoulders back. Give your hips a little rest. And let's try that one more time. So deep inhale. Try to get a little bit more length this time. Exhale, reaching all the way out. Inhale, walking 3 steps to the right. Finding that deep stretch under the armpit. Breathing, and then exhale. Bring yourself right back to center. And then walking 3 steps to the left. And you know the drill. Find that stretch under the armpit. And then exhale. Come back up to center. All right, then sit behind your legs, cross your feet, and we're gonna get set up for a staff pose with a little spinal twist. So straighten out your legs, make sure your toes are pointing all the way up. We're gonna take a deep breath. We're gonna inhale, exhale, bring that right knee into your chest and step it to the outside of your straight leg. Bring your right arm behind your back. Your left arm goes inside of your knee. Take a deep inhale and then exhale. Start to rotate with the breath. Now I'm applying a little bit of pressure with my left elbow inside my knee so I can get that shoulder to stretch and turn on. But again, only go as far as you can. You don't want to force anything. Exhale, come back to center. And then now we'll bring our right elbow inside that knee and rotate to the left side. And everything is rotated by your shoulders. So if you're finding that it's difficult to rotate the spine, try to rotate the shoulders a little bit. See if it gives you a little bit more rotation. Deep inhale, exhale back to center. And then we're going to walk all the way out without trying to round the spine. See how far you can go. Take a couple deep inhales, a couple deep exhales. Walk yourself back into that staff position. Bend the left knee into your chest. Step it over that right leg. And then your right arm goes into that left knee. Your left arm is behind you. Use that breath. Take that deep inhale and exhale. Rotate using the shoulders as a guide. And then come back to center, keeping that leg where it's at. And then now let's bring that left elbow into that right knee or left knee. And keep that rotation, guiding by the shoulders. And then come back to center. All right, so let's bring ourselves back into a cross-legged position. Set your shoulders back. You're going to inhale, bring your arms up to the side. Exhale, flip the palms. Inhale, reach above your head. Exhale, clasp and push. Find that stretch. Inhale with a straight arm. Try to clasp behind your back, squeezing your shoulder blades, and bring your arms back to center. And let's do this a couple times. So inhale out. Exhale, flip. Inhale, up. Exhale, clasp and push. Inhale, straight arms behind your back. Squeeze the shoulder blades, open the chest. And bring your hands back down the center. And let's do the same thing, but switch legs. All right, so now let's transition onto our back. And take a deep inhale. Bring those knees into your chest. Take a couple deep breaths here, just giving the lower back a little stretch here. And then plant your feet, get into a position where we are going to do our spinal twists with your knees in a tabletop position. So bring your arms into a field goal post. You're going to drop your knees, keeping those knees together to the left while your gaze looks over to the right. And it's important that you don't let your shoulders come up off the ground. So find that stretch, use your core, use an exhale to bring your knees back up the center. And we'll do the same thing to the other side. Inhale, drop those knees, keeping the knees together. Shoulders are flush on the mat, on the ground. Squeeze the core, use your exhale to bring the knees back up the center. Let's do it one more time to each side. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, drop your knees to the right. Gaze looks over the left shoulder. Use that exhale in your core. Bring them back up to center. Give your knees a nice little hug. And let's go ahead, stretch the legs for your Shavasana. And it's important not to skip this part of your practice, as this is one of the most important parts of a yoga practice. So try to find that deep breath. Bring everything back to the inhale and the exhale. Find that heat in the body. Not trying to think about the day, the tasks that you have to do. Just try to focus on the breath. And let's take a couple more deep breaths here. And then on your next exhale, bring yourself up into a cross-leg position. Your hands over your chest. I appreciate you, and namaste.